Hey everybody, it's Legal Queen LA, and we are back with yet another episode of the Royalty Room. But today is even more special because we have an artist here from Los Angeles himself named Heir the Prophecy.
What's going on, man? It's Heir the Prophecy. We on Royalty Room.
Let's get it.
Talk that talk.
Okay, I'm super excited for you to be here. Thank you for making this drive. I know it's not always easy.
Yeah.
But I heard that you just released a music video to one of your best, newest releases.
Yeah. One of my favorites, actually. It's called Off the Rip.
Is it your favorite song altogether, or?
I would say overall, yeah, it's my favorite.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it just
didn't
speaks
know.
to like the embodiment of the project the most to me.
Oh, okay. So let's play this off the rip, and then we'll talk about the project.
I'ma say this off the rip. I don't like none of you niggas. I don't care about where you
Period.
from. I give a fuck about your hitters, boy. Don't play with me. I get to them commas, ain't no hating me. Whipping all these foreigns, y'all done sold them into slavery. I'm cutthroat. Every time a thotty make her butt poke. Grip hold on her waist, you think I'm trying to make her gut choke. Ridiculous. Niggas didn't think that I was serious. Thought that I would flop. I'm like, I can't believe I'm hearing this. You crazy. What the fuck you think I come this far for? Pin game Harry Potter with the wand. Fuck a Dark Lord. Crucio. I should keep a Draco like I'm Lucius. Eyes low. I ain't stupid young, but I be stupid rich. Game plan. I can never stop till I'm a made man. I ain't never switching up. You know I got the same twin Imperial.
Okay, so first of all,
Yeah.
LA artist, and you're on top of LA in this video. How did that feel making the video?
Honestly, I just thought it made the most sense, just to kind of like have the city in the background, because I mean the song was 100% based off like how I feel about the city, and as a whole, I would say the song really just come from like what I think the state of LA culture is. So there's a lot of haters, a lot of people don't want to see you win, and then there's a lot of people who just like expect you to fail immediately, like the moment you have a dream, a goal, etc., like they just like throw their failures on you and expect you to have the same thing. So that's kind of like why the song started so, like tough, where it's like
Yep.
I don't like
You
nothing
came
about
in
you.
hot.
Yeah. So like, and it just like a lot of people too try to base like I'm from the east side of LA, I'm from the west side of LA, I'm from the north. Like I don't care which side you're from. Like, bro, if you're not rocking with what I got going on, I don't fuck with y'all either.
Right.
I don't know if I can say that. Can I?
You can say whatever you want.
Okay,
It's your
so-
show.
Yeah, like that was just it for me. Like I just think like taking a punch at the haters, that was it.
Okay. I like that. I
Mhm.
like that. You said you mentioned the state of LA.
Mm-hmm.
Do you mean as far as the competitiveness and crab in a barrel mentality, or what did you mean by that?
Yeah, I would say competitiveness, but I don't feel like it's very competitive. I just feel like it's very uh more jealousy than anything. Like it's instead of seeing somebody winning and think I'm gonna go harder, they like he winning. I'm gonna take what he got.
Whew.
Whether if it's his life or his chain, his car, whatever the case may be, it's not. There's no competitiveness involved in it.
Damn. It's giving shiesty.
Yeah, absolutely.
What do you think, going off of that, what do you think about the state of LA's music industry in terms of the music industry as a whole?
I think we really have some of the best artists in the world. I just think the problem is no one likes to like show each other off or just like help each other, promote each other, work together enough to where we can build off of each other. It's more like, nah, he sound better than me. I don't want to work with him. I don't
Yeah.
like him. Or, he doing better than me. I don't rock with him. Like, not, that's a person I'll pay for a feature, or let me tap in with some people and see if I can, get on a song with him. It's just more like, I don't like him, and you don't know him.
What is it? Because I've gotten that too. I've only been here a little bit over 4 years, and I've gotten that like almost immediately. What is it in the water out here? I don't understand.
I don't know. I mean, it's crazy because I grew up over towards like mid city area, right off of like La Cienega and Cadillac, and I feel like it was a community there.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of artists that came from over there, like Big Sad. We got dope videographer, dancer, Cooley, just a lot of dope talent. But like everybody was locked in. Like I didn't even know really what a hater was until I moved outside of that area.
Mm,
So it's crazy to like see it, and I really don't know where it comes from, but it's just I think it's just people don't like to see somebody else win before them,
right.
and it just become a culture in LA. Like it's everywhere. It's really like a sickness.
So what is Air in his artistry
Mhm.
going to do to try and shift that around?
So for me, like my ultimate goal at the end of like, whatever my music journey is, but or even while I'm, still making music and actively like on tours and things like that is just finding dope talent and putting the spotlight on them. That's just something we don't have. And it's like it's based off who you know
Yeah.
and and how many followers you got, not
Yep.
how good the music is or how viral you are. Like if you climb up a, a light pole and jump off, now people want to hear what you got to say or whatever the case may be. But if the music is good, it don't really matter if you don't know this person or that person. So for me, it's just kind of tapping into like the heart of LA and the music scene, like really going to places that where I started, like these showcases and things like that, sending people to like tap in with the promoters and find out who's like really hot, like hot in the city. So that's something I've always wanted to do, and that's something I practice. Like even now, like I'm not where I want to be, but if I hear a dope artist and like if I know someone who I feel like can help them,
Hmm.
I send them that way.
Support.
Yeah,
That's big.
yeah.
I feel like that's definitely like one of the biggest things that is missing here. So
Hmm.
that's beautiful. You mentioned your upcoming projects.
Yeah.
You want to talk a little bit about what that's going to be?
Yeah. Which I've been juggling the name for a bit, but I for sure settled on Comes with Envy.
Okay.
Um,
Which is exactly what we just were talking about.
right. And that's just I feel like the state of
Hmm.
LA. And I feel like every time that I've grown, and it's even started with like my own circle, like people around me. I spent the last year and a half cutting off people that I thought were gonna be there once I'm where I needed to be.
Got to.
So that was like crazy for me, and it was difficult just because like you grow up with these people, you think like you know them, and they kind of show you a side of them once you start to elevate, and they don't. But my
Hmm.
thinking is, well, when I get here, you obviously around me, you with me, you got the same resources, and it didn't really, you know, I guess they didn't get that hint or that memo.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of basically talking about, when you get to a certain level, what it kind of comes with. Like people who are gonna hate you, they're gonna talk down on you, they won't support you, things like that. People that love you will show they really don't. It's just um something that I said in a song, like um they say they love me when they hate me, but I get you. And it just kind of means
You
like
said
you love me,
something
yeah.
there. You
Yeah.
said something. Can you run it
You
back?
love me circumstantially, like, if I'm in the same place as you, that's what you love about me,
Hmm.
and the moment I elevate, that's when you hate me. So,
That's
yeah.
like a sick mentality.
Right.
It's very sick. So, outside of giving those little inklings of hope,
Mhm.
is there anything specific that you want your fans to get from this new project?
Um, honestly, it's just I would say if they were to take anything, is just keep going. Believe yourself first. I mean, that's all I've done is really believe in myself. I started 2011, and I remember people, telling me like this ain't it. And when I listen back to it myself, I'm like, yeah, that wasn't it. But but if you listen off the rip, this is
That's
it.
yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean? So
humility. That's good.
so it took me a while to get there, but I'm there. And you just gotta keep going, keep showing up for yourself. And that's the most important part about it is believing in yourself even when nobody will. Investing in yourself when nobody will. And then people will gravitate and then they will invest in you. They will believe in you.
Right. Because if you don't do it yourself, why would anybody else?
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
good. I think the very first time I met you, which was opening up for Lil Xan,
Yeah. That was dope.
last summer, I think that's something that you'd mentioned that your advice was to whoever wants to follow in your path
Mhm.
in being an artist was not to stop and
Yeah,
don't listen to, whatever anybody has to say.
yeah. And that was something I learned from somebody I really looked up to was Nipsey. Was to not quit, and you
Right.
never know if you're like one moment away from where you're trying to be, and so you walk away, and that next step was exactly where you wanted to be. So I think it's just I like heard that message and fully embodied it, and was like, this is it. Like I'm all the way with it, no matter
Wow.
what.
So was Nipsey one of your like biggest inspirations growing up?
Yeah. I think too because, he was accessible, like, he was around. When he remodeled his store, like, I was there.
No way.
Yeah, I
That's
was
dope.
yeah, and, I remember 2014, it was one of the craziest, moments ever, but we ended up getting a call, and so they were like, "Yeah, you can open up for Nipsey." So, this is a f
What?
yeah, so we showed up. We actually didn't even get to perform, it was a crazy story,
Of
but
course, it's LA, it's
yeah.
Hollywood.
And it was like all on the promoter situation. He showed up to the event late and,
Ugh.
he was like, "Hey bro, I paid Nipsey 14. I gotta put him on. He wanna go on right now." So I'm like, "Hey, you do business.
Right.
Do what you gotta do." But I just remember like he walked in, he walked right past me, and I'm like, this is the first time I ever seen him in person. And I was like, I don't know, it's like the way he like moved through the room. It wasn't, like, disconnected from everybody. He felt like a part of the crowd, a part of where it's I feel like the music industry, a lot of these people seem unreachable,
Mhm.
and it didn't feel like that when he was there, and he was talking to people, he's shaking hands, and, you in a room full of people don't know. Mind
Right.
you, you have affiliations, you don't know if these enemies around, whatever the case may be, but, he just moved with, like, "Hey, like, I'm here. I fuck with everybody."
I love that.
So, that was definitely dope to see that. And, ever since then, I just kind of paid attention to everything he did and watched a lot of his interviews because he was like one of those people I just felt like always gave back, with a message and like drop gems or, just anytime that I felt like, man, this is getting rough, it was like, nah, keep going. So,
That's dope.
yeah.
Wow. Would you say he was like a big musical inspiration, or was there someone else that got you into being an artist yourself?
Ooh, so I would say music inspiration, yeah, but I would say like my first real music inspiration had to be like Mace.
Okay.
Mace was like legitimately my first favorite rapper. I thought he was super dope when I heard him. And I wasn't even into music at the time, but that's like when I thought of a rapper, I was like, if you're not like Mace, you're probably not that good of a rapper. If you ain't
Yeah.
like he had a whole swagger with it, you know what I mean? It was just and like I grew up with four sisters, my moms, my aunties, they all loved him. So I'm like, okay, so if I'm like that, all the women
The
gonna love
ladies
me.
gonna love
Exactly.
you.
So yeah, that was something that I paid attention to is like how he carried himself and just how slick he was. And then on top of that, he really had bars. He
Mhm.
really had bars. So I would say Mace was definitely my first musical influence.
Okay.
I have a
Um,
question for your guest, if you don't
yes.
mind.
Let's hear it.
All right. So you talked about sort of the disconnectedness of artists in LA.
Mhm.
Do you have you seen a rap environment or a city or a space where you feel like the artists do support each other better, or do you feel like it's just more indicative of the craft of rap that people are disconnected?
I would say so. I went to Atlanta once, and I feel like almost all the artists there know each other. They go to
Mhm.
the same
Mhm.
studios, they work with each other, and it's which is kind of crazy to me because like you see like a lot of these like Atlanta artists who don't get along, but then it's like they all still tapped in. They got
Right.
people that know people, and they all work and they all build like and they figure out how to settle their differences and still make money.
Yeah.
So I think it's just based like in LA for sure, but I'm sure there's other places like everywhere can be, you know, a humble home where everyone's like shaking hands and giving hugs and kisses. So
So you feel like that would be a good model if LA were to change then?
yeah, I think so. I mean, also too, a lot of LA artists that get on, the first thing they do is go to Atlanta.
Right. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, that's the first thing they do is go to Atlanta. They move to Atlanta, or
And
it's the
everyone in
culture out
Atlanta
there.
trying to come here.
Yeah, so that's kind of like how they bridge the gap. How do I get my base in LA? These LA artists, they getting on. Everybody over here kind of work together, so they already own, and they just kind of close the gap there.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's deep. Um, we mentioned something about the ladies loving Air,
yeah,
but do we have an announcement?
yeah. So it's crazy. But yeah, the 19th, I just got engaged.
Congratulations!
Yeah, we getting crazy.
I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
I know we had to sprinkle that in.
Honestly, it's really been a blessing more than anything. I mean, just to have somebody who rocks with you like 100% and like all the way down to everything that I'm trying to do. When I first met her, I would say it didn't take more than like a month for her to know lyrics to my songs, and I thought that was crazy.
That's so cute.
Because I've been in relationships with people and like they'll say,
Oh,
"Oh, I love that song," and then I'm like, "What song?" I had a song called Madden. They always all knew Madden, but they never knew lyrics. But that was
They
my
be lying.
yeah. They just I feel like they said it because I used to say that was my favorite song.
Right.
So that's kind of what that was. But yeah, and she like took a deep dive because she was like singing lyrics, and I'm like, dang, you know that? Like,
How do you know that song?
yeah, that's in the middle of a project that I really didn't think nobody was paying attention to. So yeah,
That's real. Congratulations. I think having a partner
Mhm.
who believes in you is probably like the best thing that you can do
Yeah,
for your career.
yeah, absolutely.
Or find, I guess.
Yeah, because it's also like having that partner is really like having somebody else who believes in you is just as much as you believe in yourself. So I never felt like I'm fighting this battle by myself.
Cry. I'm in
Yeah.
my bag.
Absolutely.
I think I'm gonna cry.
Oh man.
Anyway.
I ain't even that emotional like that, but
I
you know,
am.
she really she really hold me down for real. She made me
Dude,
happy and-
that is great to hear
Yeah.
though, and that is like that's hard to find. So you're lucky
Absolutely.
to have that.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't even know how to transition this. I should have left that for last. Speaking of songs and lyrics, what song is, I know Off the Rip is one of your top favorites, but
Yeah.
what song is from the heart that we could go play right now or maybe on the upcoming project that really, really means a lot to you?
Ooh, from the heart. So there's two on the upcoming project. That's definitely from the heart. One is about the lady I proposed to.
Ew, okay.
And the other one just kind of like talking about really how I feel about growing up in LA and just kind of like how it's kind of changed my views on the world and like, just a lot of things that are going on. I feel like it fully embodies like, a lot of the hate, a lot of the racism, things like that. But if I was to say a song that's already out that people could tap into just to see like me in that element, because I don't really get in that bag too
Right.
much. It's called Teller. I think it's a really good song. I think it's just a vulnerable song, and I feel like that's more of a song for women to listen to because a lot of men will probably listen to it and be like, "Bro, I ain't about to do that."
Not trying to listen to this, right?
Yeah, because I feel like we reserve, like we don't know how to open up and just tell somebody like, "I'm rocking with you, I love you, I want you," things like that. So, that song just kind of like is pushing you to do something like that. Like, don't wait or don't, you see somebody that you want and, she really impacting your life and things like
You
that.
better tell her.
Tell her how you feel. Yeah.
I know a couple people that need to listen to that song. If y'all want to go stream it, Heir the Prophecy, tell her.
Yes.
Go hop in y'all bag and get your prize.
Absolutely.
Because he done already found his because he told her. Oh, we brought it up
Look like
already?
you done found it.
We brought it up already.
Oh man.
Is this the shirt?
Nice
Yeah.
jacket.
How you do that?
Yeah.
Saul, you're a genius.
I specifically thought, I would wear this jacket because this is like one of my favorites, and this was the first. I bought this jacket to shoot this cover.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow. Are we gonna play it?
No.
Oh. Okay. Well,
not
y'all
get
know where to
copyrighted.
find it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the project is called Bad Company, And honestly, all my projects they like link together.
Mhm.
So Bad Company, and then there's Star Power, and then it comes with Envy. So Bad Company really started with just kind of like having those voices in my head, like, man, this is too tough. But then also too, like I had an experience where I probably wouldn't have been here today. By the grace of God, I'm still here. And so after going through that, I just had I kind of shut down for a minute and started to really think about life. Like, wow, I'm like, what am I trying to do? Where am I want to go? I couldn't really write. I had a real mental block. And once I kind of made it out of that, like it was like the Bad Company project that got me out of it. Like finding specific songs and just putting like my emotions or how I felt to the, pen to pad. And from there it was like,
Star power.
yeah, star power. Like,
That's
you
dope.
know,
So you mentioned something that I feel like we don't talk about enough. Writer's block,
mhm.
mental blocks, etc. What do you do to kind of force yourself out of that?
Um, for me, I think thankfully it was just the people I had around me at the time.
Mhm.
That's the most important thing is like the support system.
Yup.
But then the other thing is experiences. Like if you stuck, you gotta live life. That just means you ain't living enough. If you don't got nothing to write about, you're not living enough. You feel like you're writing about the same thing, you're not living enough.
That's good.
So that's what it was for me. I took the time to travel a little bit, but then sit with like my close cousins, Phase, AMF, and they kind of just coach me like, or what you want to write about? I don't really know. So it was just about let's just play a selection of beats. Like we're gonna kind of force it out of you. We're gonna play something, and I feel like when you're an artist, like it's always that like when you hear a beat and you hear the words, it just kind of goes hand in hand. So that's kind of how it worked for me is like playing beats and then just like, oh, I hear something for this.
Mhm.
And then it would just like bring it out. But I mean, I feel like that one was a little tougher for me because it was a lot of beats I went through. It was a long process.
And nothing was like sounding right. It wasn't resonating with you.
No, nah. And it was because too I had never been in this type of space in my life before to where I was really like mentally affected by something.
Wow.
So it was just about how to get that out and then how to like still give like who I am at the same time in the project. Like I didn't want to just go in and like completely emotionally like bring the vibes down with the project, but I still wanted to give like who I am, like fun, turned up, have a good time, but also tell my story a little bit.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Do you feel being in LA and even from LA
hmm
and an artist, do you feel pressure to kind of conform or pressure to go with, I guess you said not change. Do you feel pressure to change because of what everybody expects?
Honestly, I've never really paid attention to what people expect from me.
Oh, you talking that talk.
Yeah, I think that's where I think that slows people down a lot. When
Mm,
you put expectations on people, like I can, stop on the side of a road and help somebody change a tire, and then once my tire go flat, I can't expect nobody to help me
right.
because nobody owes me anything. And that's kind of how I look at life. Like nobody owes me anything. So no matter what you do for somebody, like if you do something, with the purpose of them owing you, like it was no reason for you to do it. It wasn't genuine.
I feel like from the moment I met you,
Hmm.
consistently until right now, I feel like you're very humble.
hmm
And I feel like that may be the missing ingredient
Okay.
here in LA.
So let me just say this, only because I recently just said this. I I feel like I used to use the word humble a lot as well. And then I was watching an interview and this guy said, "You ever looked up the definition of humble? That's whack." And I'm like, "Nah, I never looked it up." And so when I looked it up, I realized like, "Oh, that's not me.
That's not
That's
you?
not me." No. If you've ever looked up the definition of humble, is basically to show like,
Oh,
oh,
you
there we
got
go.
it.
Having or showing a modest or low
Estimate.
estimate of one's importance. I don't feel like I show a low estimate of my importance. I
Oh,
feel like I'm very important.
no.
Yeah.
that isn't what people use humble as.
Right.
So
Yeah, of lower social administrative rank.
no.
Absolutely, I'm a boss.
I've never looked up that word.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's ever even
Yeah.
prompted me to look into that statement.
Yeah, he definitely prompted me to look into that, and when I
So
did,
be humble, sit down is really shut the up.
yeah, it's really belittling yourself.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what would you call it? What would you call air?
Honestly, I just got a good spirit. That's it.
Yeah, I would
That's it.
say. I would say. Damn, what is a word that means what we mean
Yeah.
when we say humble?
I don't know, but when y'all figure it out, that's what I'm gonna go with.
Y'all let us know in the comments, because right now, my I got a Black's Law dictionary right here.
I don't know that you
Find
need a word to replace that, though. I
'Cause
think
it's
the way
like-
he said it is good enough. I mean,
But
you know.
Yeah, I think just having a good spirit, that's really what it's about. I feel like that's why
It
people call
is.
people humble, is that, like, you're really down to earth, you're really nice, you're not overly confident or cocky or whatever the case
Yeah.
may be. And I just feel
Just a
like,
good person.
yeah, I just feel like the way they're trying to describe it is just having a good spirit, like a good spirited person, somebody who, cares about other people, who wants to see other people win, who's not, afraid to like take the time out, invest into other people and what they're
Mhm.
doing and believe in what they're doing, showing support. So, you know,
Wow. Dang, I love when I learn new stuff on my show.
yeah.
Thank you. Coming up,
Mhm.
the project's gonna be here soon.
Yes.
What if somebody wants to go see you while they're out in LA? What do we have coming up as far as shows or events?
So, right now we got a show in Hollywood, January 14th.
Mm-hmm. And what is
Um,
that about?
that's also the day that the magazine releases.
What magazine?
So I just featured on Underground Magazine issue 9. A lot of dope artists, a lot of dope talent. Um, I think something like that is really important for the culture because that literally embodies support,
Yeah,
building each other up,
like
working with each other. Yeah.
the freshman class
Mhm.
type thing.
Yeah, shout out Trapovsky, man. He's really doing something dope with that. The whole underground team.
Is it LA
Andrew.
based?
It's
Underground
definitely LA
magazine?
based,
Okay.
yes. I believe they're from Oxnard, to be honest. Yeah.
But California.
But
based.
California
Yeah.
based, yeah. Well, now they're in LA though. They
Mhm.
in LA with it. So, but yeah, I mean, the whole thing that they're doing over there is really bringing a lot of artists together. It gives us the opportunity to really talk on a level to where we can support each other and tell each other like, "Yo, what you doing is dope,"
Mhm.
or I want to get behind what you're doing, or if I could help, or how can I work with you?
Wow.
So
That's good.
yeah.
So collaboration wise,
Mhm.
what's a collaboration you've done that has really, shaped your career or
Mm.
really given you something that you hadn't gotten before?
So I got a song which is not out yet, but it's
Oh,
yeah.
T.
I know. I really don't know too. I got to tap in with him and see, but it was with a West Coast legend, Prodigy from South Central Cartel.
Okay.
He hit me up maybe like mid 2023 and was like, "Yo, he was like, I got a beat for you." He sent it to me, and I would say that in an hour I had a verse. Called him back like, "You want me to come record it now?" He's like, "Come tomorrow." So I came, I dropped the verse. He was like, "We just need a hook." I'm driving home, maybe 15 minutes on the way home. I hit him back. I got a hook. You want me to turn around?
I love it.
So yeah.
Did you turn around?
I didn't.
Oh.
I didn't. I came back the next day.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, like that's something I think I always learn from him, like, because he's been in the game. He was signed to Def Jam for like 20 years. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? He produced some of the biggest hits, like, the This Is How We Do It, Montel Jordan, tracks for Tupac, Ice Cube. So, he's always giving game and like, telling me like the ins and outs and I think just kind of working with him and seeing how to put a like record together that was timeless or that
Mhm.
I feel could be timeless was something to take away from, and definitely step my game up on like how I arranged music.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope. In terms of someone that you would love to work with in the future,
Hmm.
do you have anybody that is at the top of the list?
Yeah, man. I have two. They kind of like neck and neck because it's definitely gonna be Mace, man. If I can get Mace on a track, it's
Period.
up. And then Adam
Mace, we
Levine.
coming for you.
Yeah, Adam Levine is number two.
Adam Levine?
Yeah,
What?
he's a music genius, man. Like I remember when Maroon 5 really blew up.
Uh-huh.
Like, and it's crazy because I listen to songs like this, but it's not my vibe 100% when I to put it out.
Mhm.
But I write them all the time. I don't know. It's like I'm getting used to opening up and showing my vulnerable side. That's what it is. But
That's dope. That's
um,
that's growth though.
yeah,
You know?
yeah,
Because it's not your normal face. You have to
right,
tap into a different
yeah,
space to even get there. That reminds me of the his collaboration Maroon 5 and Wiz Khalifa,
yeah,
Payphone.
yes.
That music video is one of my favorite music videos there ever was.
I think that was the time that I realized I want to do a song with Adam Levine, was seeing
Mhm.
that video, but then hearing how like he came together with a rap artist, because like like I've heard Maroon 5 in like one space only to me,
Right.
so to see him branch out to like our side of it and then make like a big hit like that, I was
Yeah.
like, that's what I need to do a song with.
That was really
And
cool.
he's done it with like multiple artists, like it didn't stop with Wiz Khalifa. Um, but I just feel like if I do something with him, it's gonna be definitely special and it's
A
going to the
classic.
moon for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Mace, Adam Levine, you know where to find
Yeah.
us.
We're gonna be at the door.
As far as your performances, you have a bunch of performances coming up,
Mhm.
a quote unquote tour,
Yeah,
if you will.
absolutely.
What is your, if you have one, pre-performance ritual?
Man. Honestly, this one's gonna sound crazy because I do this every show. And it really started on the way to my first show. I turn on Kanye.
Oh my gosh.
The whole drive to the show. All
Just
Kanye.
Kanye.
All Kanye.
What
Um,
era?
College Dropout. Honestly, I've liked almost all eras. There's probably one Kanye album I didn't like.
Which one?
Um, it might have been The Life of Pablo or something. Was
I
that?
don't even know what the album's.
Yeah, I think that's the one I really didn't listen to. But everything else, I've always tapped in. I know he's quote unquote crazy, but I think he's still a genius. Like I think there's always something to take from everybody that we deem crazy, and
Yeah.
we just have to really sit down and listen to the message. I mean, it's always little things. Like
Yeah.
I've watched like some of his interviews where people was like, "Oh, he's spazzing out," and then like I played it back twice, and I'm like, "Hold on, he's saying something," you know. So
All right, we're not going 400
yeah.
years a slave on
No,
this show.
now I don't know about the 400 years a slave, but it's just a few things. But yeah, that's probably like my rituals. I play Kanye. I would say All Day is like my number one. I probably play that like 4 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime I go to a show to see people perform, if I know whose show I'm going to, obviously,
Mhm.
I pregame their music on my way to my show.
Yeah.
So if you're pregaming to a huge artist,
Mhm.
star power,
Yeah.
it's what you're gonna get.
Absolutely.
So I get it.
Yeah.
Get it?
I think it's hard too to like pregame to my music only because I'm already going there to perform the music.
You're
I know the
right.
lyrics, and so it's just kind of. And I don't listen to a lot of artists. I don't listen to a lot of music. And when I do listen to music, it's people that are not like big artists on a daily basis. I listen to like my homies, things like that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's so nice. I don't really ever hear many people say that.
Hmm.
They'd mostly just say either, their favorite artist or themselves.
Yeah.
Like those are the only two things. And
Yeah.
it's nice to hear that you are
Hmm.
supporting your friends as well, because
Yeah.
I think as much as you can support them, they're going to support you,
Yeah.
you know.
Not that they owe me that or nothing, but yeah.
But it's not like an
Right.
expectation, but it's just like,
Right.
I'm gonna post you eventually. I'm sure you're gonna
No,
post
yeah,
me,
absolutely. Yeah. I think we rock with each other. And I feel like their music is just as good as anybody else's right now.
Mhm.
So that's why I listen to it, just because it's close to home, and I feel like I relate to it more. Like, once you get to a certain level, like, you know, the messages seems sometimes to get a little more distant.
Yeah.
So,
Lil Baby once said,
Oh,
"It's enough money in here for all of us. I'ma
absolutely.
post your music,
Yeah.
okay?"
Yeah. And I think that's why like Lil Baby is so successful, is that he one of those people that tap in with everybody. And two is, like he lived life, but he still stayed to his core. Like,
And does,
and
standing
that's,
on
yeah,
business.
absolutely. Absolutely. I'm gonna have
I
to stand
love
on that
it.
with him one time.
And will,
Yeah,
okay? We're
absolutely.
manifesting all the things,
Yeah,
okay?
for sure.
And as far as over the next, over the 2024,
hmm
what are your goals, plans,
hmm
ideas? Where do you want to be at the end of this year?
Uh, so tour for sure. Just maybe two. One in the beginning of the year, which is already in the works, and then one at the end of the year. And I would say
West Coast, national, international?
honestly, I just want to mix all of it. I want to touch everywhere.
Yeah.
I feel like I got a message for everybody. So, you know, and I would say I want at least two projects. So I'm already got one coming, you know, should be out by March. I'm hoping March. I think
Hmm.
March. I mean, it's practically ready. It's just arranging it and getting all the like pieces ready.
Perfection.
Yeah,
Take some time.
absolutely. I don't want to give y'all nothing half-assed.
Right.
Um, but then too, I got so much music recorded. I could probably drop one at the end of the year as well.
Already stocked up?
Yeah, I got.
If you had to guesstimate, how many songs are in the vault right now?
Mm. Is that including like songs that I've written and haven't recorded? Or
No, 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 no,
okay,
no. That's cheating.
okay, because I have songs that are written, I haven't recorded, but I got the beats. I bought everything. I
Really?
just yeah.
I have mad songs that I've written too, but I don't know that they'll ever be recorded, so I can't count them.
I feel like my songs will definitely get recorded. It's just that when I get into like a pocket, I'm like, this is what I want to talk about. That's what
Hmm.
I focus on. But okay, so outside of the songs just that's written, uh, hmm, I'll say I have a few hundred.
Wow.
Yeah, recorded.
Already recorded.
hmm
Yeah, so definitely enough for another couple of
Yeah, I
projects.
probably dropped two projects this year,
Uh,
3 in total. 2 more,
oh,
yeah. But
well,
I
wait.
won't.
Most important question: are you gonna be married next year?
No. So definitely 2025
that's a good
around there.
year.
Yeah.
That's a good year.
Yeah. Cause I mean, I got a lot going on too. And, we trying to take the time to like live a little more, travel. And, you know, that's probably what y'all gonna hear about a lot in the music is like more experiences, more life. I'm gonna be uh overseas a lot this year, I think.
Yes,
So yeah.
absolutely. I would love to hear more of everything that you were saying
hmm
about your soon to be wife because there's not enough of that
Yeah.
in music. It's
hmm
always bitches and hoes,
Yeah.
and I'm tired of it.
Right. Absolutely. I think I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Jay-Z refer to Beyonce as his bitch one time or something like that?
Probably did because
Yeah.
everyone does it.
Yeah.
Everyone does it.
Yeah, you'll absolutely never get that from me. She don't got a bitch,
Bone
bone
in
in
her
her
body.
body at all. Yeah.
I love that. See, this just goes all the way back to the good person.
Yeah.
Screw the humble. We not doing that no more. Cut. Yeah. And while we're back on the humble topic, I
Mhm.
did see it was either an interview or some type of video, and they were like, "Don't tell me to be humble
Mhm.
because I should feel this way about
Yeah,
myself. I should
absolutely.
feel like my music is this
Mhm.
good because I'm the one that believes in
Yeah.
it. I should feel higher. Don't
Mhm.
sit me down.
Yeah.
Don't cut me down."
Yeah, and I think too, like, just to say, like, showing up for yourself, believing in yourself. If nobody else is believing in you and you humble, you ain't going nowhere.
Oh, wow.
You're not going nowhere.
That's good.
Yeah.
I think that's like the perfect gem to
Mhm.
take us out with. So
Yeah.
thank you. I really, really, really have enjoyed, spending time with you on the set, and I thank you for coming down here. And I'm so excited for what this year has in store
Yes.
for you.
Thank you for having me. It was definitely a dope experience. I feel like, I got to express a little more than I usually do. So,
Yes,
yeah.
please do. And is there anything else, and you don't have to, is there
Mhm.
anything else you feel like we need to hear from you, or any type of advice maybe you didn't get earlier
Mhm.
that you want to leave us with?
Mm, honestly, I don't feel like there was like any advice. I just feel like the only thing that, or maybe there was, like, I really didn't have it early on was like, don't quit. Cause there was a lot of periods of times where like I slowed down. I didn't quit, but like slowing down is just right and quitting is almost the same thing. So, just keep going. That's it. Like if anybody could tell you anything, keep going.
I love that. Well, thank you guys so, so, so much for joining us for another episode of the Royalty Room podcast. Follow Air the Prophecy on all platforms, streaming and social media.
Yes, sir.
Like, comment, subscribe, all the things at Legal Queen LA. We will be back with more Royalty Room and more tea every other Monday. See you next time.